Welcome to The Complete MC, Disc 3, Vocal Techniques and Exercises. Well, my friends, if you've come this far, you've already developed your freestyle ability, are prepared to go into battle, write catchy hooks, develop your verses, and write some really slamming hits. However, all the freestyling, all the lyrics, all the verse development in the world can only take you so far. It's like putting the foundation on a building. You have the pillars erected, but you still need the concrete to go throughout it. The fluidity that ties together lyrics that you find in a freestyle, a battle, or a song are all brought together through the voice. And this is one aspect that I feel most MCs completely miss out on. No one ever thinks that you can actually develop your vocal tones using particular exercises that we're going to look at right now. An important thing to realize with these exercises is that if you do it once, it's not going to help you out. Sure, it might be able to warm you up before a performance or before you go into the studio. It will definitely do that. But you need to do this for at least 2 weeks before you really start to notice a change in your resonance from your different chambers. After these 2 weeks, you'll want to keep up these exercises so you keep your voice at a premium at all times. Throughout the CD, we're going to go over various exercises. Some will be about breathing to show you how to breathe properly, so that way you don't run out of breath or choke in the middle of a freestyle or a performance. Moving on from the breath, we'll then go on to vocal exercises, focusing more on resonance and tone. Once we have that accomplished, we'll wrap it up by trying our best to tie in emotions with the words that you're trying to say. Because after all, you can have the dopest line in the world, but if you don't say it like you mean it, it'll fall flat. So let's get started with the breathing exercises. It's important to realize that when you record and when you perform, you should always breathe through your nose and out your mouth. So we're going to start off by doing a simple breathing exercise where you take a long breath in your nose and exhale out your mouth. Just go ahead and repeat that a couple times. Now when you're ready, take another large inhale through your nose, and as you do, lift your shoulders up. Slowly. When you exhale, lower your shoulders. One more time. Now when you're ready, take another deep breath through your nose and start to rotate your left shoulder. And then do it with your right. Now I want you to take a breath, and while you're doing this, inhale through your nose, count to 4. When you breathe out, let it out like a hissing noise for 4. Do this several times. Try and keep the hiss to be steady. You don't want it fluctuating up and down, just a nice steady hiss. Now breathe in for 2 seconds and hiss out for 8. When you're ready, breathe in for 4 and hiss out for 12. Take your time with this. This teaches you controlled breathing and will help you with your breath control on longer verses. As you breathe in, I want you to feel it down in your diaphragm, down in the very bottom of your belly. That's where you're able to store the most air. Fill that up first and let the air fill up from the bottom all the way up through your throat. And when you exhale, make sure the air comes out your throat first and then works your way down to your diaphragm. Now I want you to practice taking short, powerful breaths. So what I want you to do is to think of your lungs slowly expanding and take 4 sharp, deep breaths. And then release. Again. And out. Do this 4 more times. Now when you're ready, I want you to cut it in half. Rather than take a quarter breath, take a half. Take 2 very large, deep breaths. Fill up your diaphragm and release. This will help you develop your breathing when you need to suddenly grasp a snippet of air. Now that we've gotten the breathing exercises taken care of, we'll now move on to exercises that involve straightening the spine. Bend over as if you were touching your toes. As you do so, let your head and neck go so that your head is fully dangling. Let your head bob for a few moments. Bend your knees just a little bit. Now slowly curl yourself back up into a vertical position, as if you're stacking your spinal column one at a time. Repeat this 2 or 3 times. make sure to let your neck go at the bottom. As you come up the third time, focus now on the vocal passageway. Put your tongue behind the bottom row of your teeth. Put your hand on your chin and very gently let your jaw go and push backwards, like you're pushing it back towards your chest. Press your tongue firmly against the teeth, as if you were trying to push it forward, but don't let go with your hand. Try doing this several times. Continuing to let your jaw go, gently push it back again towards your chest. As you do this, try to yawn. This stretches the muscles in your passageway. Take 3 or 4 deep yawns. Now focus on your deep breathing. And this next exercise will tie in breathing control as well as vocal tone. Take deep breaths both in and out and make a sound like this. And then exhale. Do this 4 more times. Remember to fill your diaphragm with every breath. Try doing 1 more. Now, using only the back of your tongue, breathe deeply and make a following sound. It's 2 parts, and you can hum with it while you breathe. Breathe in. This should come just from the back of your tongue by raising it to the top of your mouth and releasing. This is known as the palate. Do this several times to loosen and warm it up. Now place your tongue on top of your bottom lip and let it lie there. as still as it can be. While you're doing this, take deep breaths in and out. Now for the next exercise, I want you to get a book or something of a comparable size. Lie down on your back. Place it on top of your diaphragm, just below the belly button. Take a deep breath in and try and breathe into your diaphragm so that you lift the book up as high as you can. Take several deep breaths like this. Do it one more time. Now I want you to feel the vibration deep in your diaphragm. Take a breath and release that vibration as low as your vocal cords can go. Now move the vibrations further up so that it's in your chest cavity. And do the same thing with a deep breath. Do this several times. You'll notice a warmth developing in your chest. Now move it up higher so that you can feel it in your throat. Relax your jaw. Let your jaw hang. And imagine the vibration is in your mouth. Do this 6 more times. Now move the vibration up even further, up into your nose. And while you send it up into your nostrils, gently massage both sides of your nose. You should get a nasally quality. Make sure to keep massaging your nostrils. Now you can stop rubbing your nose, and I want you to focus the vibrations to the top of your skull. And this is the top of your range. So you want it to make it as very high pitched as possible, but still in control. You should make an E sound, like this. Feel the vibration going through the top of your head. Now that you've warmed up all the resonating chambers, you have to connect your voice to your body. And how you do this is get off the floor, stand up, nice and straight. Bend your knees just a little bit, and slowly bounce up and down. You can sway back and forth too. Do anything that makes your body feel fluid and loose. And while you're doing this, continue breathing deeply. And make sharp noises. So as you're swaying, let it out in bursts, like, hey, 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 hey. Do them in fours, making sure to keep yourself fluid and loose. As you continue to do this, you'll notice that your voice will start to shake and quiver. This is good. This is connecting your voice to your body. Go with it. As you start to get your energy up, you start to feel more energy in what you're saying. You can feel it more in your voice. You can start to feel your voice shake. Make sure you're fully warmed up. And it's at this point, as you can feel yourself loose and ready to go, that you should start reciting a verse that you had written. Remaining fluid and loose, let it go. After you do this once or twice, you should be fully warmed up and ready to do either a freestyle, performance, or recording a song. It's entirely up to you. Using these simple exercises, over the course of 10 minutes, you are now fully warmed up, ready to go. After only 2 weeks, you'll notice a definite improvement in all your vocal techniques. If you're very serious about this art form, you cannot deny the power of vocal training. Only with this, along with songwriting, along with freestyling, can you truly become the complete MC. This concludes our chapter. We thank you very much for taking the time to listen. Feel free to send in your exercises to us at thecompleteemcee.com, and we'll post them up on our wall of fame. If you have any questions or comments, again, feel free to email us at our website, thecompleteemcee.com. Thank you for listening, and best of luck.